Hi everyone, this is Lisa Cronin, and I'm back with It's the Little Things in Card Making. Now, I've been playing with these pens. I introduced them in my last and first video. I've been playing with them a lot, trying to figure out different ways of using them, get the very best result we can in using these pens. And I have a few examples. So I hope you like what I've done, and let's get started. So we all know that foil paper is rather expensive. Pattern paper that has foil in it is expensive. And I decided that with these pens, we can do our own. So I've taken out some paper that's just regular paper with a design, very small design. Hope you can see that. And what I did was I cut one piece smaller than the other. They're exactly the same pattern. So I put one smaller piece on top of a larger piece, and then I slid the foil in between the two with the pretty side up. And you can see there's a difference here to here. That's because what I've been doing is I've been foiling these tiny, tiny little stars. So I'm going to do a little bit more, and then we're going to look at it and see what the reveal is like. So with these pens, I should have mentioned it in the first video, they get very, very hot, and you can burn yourself. So try to be really careful and be conscious of that. Also, if you're plugging more than one in at a time, be really careful where you're placing your pens, because if you place them a little too close together, you're gonna melt one pen with the other. So I just wanted to say that. But I'm still very excited about it. I'm hoping that this video comes out okay. I've been having some technical difficulties, so let's get started. And all I'm doing is I'm going to press down in the middle of each tiny star, and I'm putting a little pressure. I think maybe I put too much pressure on that one, but all I'm doing is transferring the foil onto this card. Now I'm able to put two pieces of card together or paper together because this is not cardstock. This is just very thin paper. And you're able to do this. The paper is thin enough, the heat will penetrate and go through the foil. So I'm going to make this my last line, and then we're going to open it up and we're going to see what we've done. And I think the good thing about this too is I can always keep this top piece kind of as a template, and if I wanted to use it as a whole sheet or just a few, little stars here and there, I can always use it, so there's no waste here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the top sheet off the bottom sheet, and you can see where my little dots were made with that pen, and this was the smaller tip. I don't know if I mentioned that. And these are the little dots that I made, and I'm hoping you can see this, and you can see that shine at a certain angle. My lighting is bad here, but this is one way to take regular paper and turn it into foil pattern paper, and I think that that's really cool. So that's one way to embellish on pattern paper. Now, I did some more. I took this really pretty paper, I love the colors in it, and I thought how cool would it be to have pattern paper with foil on it that looks like this. So what I did was I took a piece of that paper, and I'll leave it here as an example, and then I covered it with the foil, pretty side up, and then I did my hinge again, and I covered it with tracing paper, regular tracing paper, like, you can see through it, and again, because it's so thin, you can use it and the heat will penetrate. So that's what I did, and then by the time I finished, I have pattern paper that has foil in it, and I'm really hoping you can see the shine. So this is without, and this is with, and I think it makes a really big difference. I really had fun doing this. Okay, my next example is using vellum. Now with vellum it's a little more tricky because vellum doesn't like anything. It doesn't like heat, it doesn't like liquid. It's like a little prima donna, vellum. But I was able to foil onto the vellum, and I was able to use my Copics and color it, and this came out so nice. And all I did was trace it. Again, use the tracing paper. I stamped on it, so you don't have to use stays on, and you don't have to stamp onto the foil. This is much cleaner and it's easier. So with the tracing paper, I stamped on it. I put my foil down, closed up my little hinge, and I traced my stamp. And that's what I got. Then of course I turned it over and I did my coloring on the back. And if I wanted more vibrant color, I could, by all means, go back and put another coat of color on. But this came out so pretty. And if you'd like to see a card with any of these examples, leave a comment below and I'll see if I could put together a few things on my next video. There's also something else. One of the reasons why I really got excited about it is because I do a lot of silhouette stamping. And oftentimes I want little sparkles, but I don't want glitter on it. So what I did was I stamped it, and I don't know if you could see. There's the glitter. Look at her wings. Look at the tips of the flower. It really is so pretty. And this is the beginning of a card. I'll probably put a sentiment down here and add this to a card base and pretty it up a bit. But this is one of the reasons why I got excited too, because I can add to my silhouette cards and give them some of the bling without using any kind of glitter element. So, and it's very, very easy to do. I did the same thing. I just stamped on tracing paper, and it's very inexpensive tracing paper. Probably the cheapest you can get, the better. So I got this from a discount store, and it's just regular tracing paper. And I stamped on it, then I put down my foil, and then I just started to trace it. And it's so pretty. And I'm really, really hoping that you can see that there. Now, what I've also done on one of my examples, and I'm trying to find it now, is I wanted to show you that you can erase if you make a mistake. So I purposely put this little piece down here, and I want to show you how you can erase it. I have my mono sand eraser here, and I'm just going to gently sand it away. So yes, you have to be careful, and you should, be mindful of what you're doing. But if you do kind of screw up, you can take it off, which I think is a very cool thing. Now, to fix an error, well, I don't know if I'm going to have enough time here, but if you needed to refoil an area that that either you forgot or didn't foil right, well, there's a way to do that too. And in my next video, I'll explain that. So if you want to see more, if you like my videos, like my ideas, please press subscribe, share, comment. I'll be very happy to answer any questions you may have. Still working on a couple more things, but I think this is a great tool to have in your stash. Okay, Lisa Cronin signing off. Until next time, have a really great day. Bye now.